Today I was just going to talk about news headlines for the week. Naturally, the number one news item seems to be the tariffs that the U.S. is trying to put on all the goods coming in from China. Um, they want to put a tariff on everything coming into the United States from China, different percentages. And naturally, China's not going to sit there and do nothing. They're saying that they want to match the type of tariffs that we're doing, and they want to put a tariff on everything also. So there'll be tariffs on everything coming into the United States from China, and then everything that we send to China, they're going to put a tariff on. So if it was 10% tariff, if it came to 50 million, that'd make it 55 million. It'd be the same way if it comes into this country. Like generally, we're importing from them $500 billion a year. And if we put a 10% on all those items, then that would make it cost us another 50 billion to get that merchandise into our country, and that's going to raise the prices for all of our shoppers and citizens, and some of that stuff are electronic items, parts for cars, automobiles, things like that. So that's what Trump has said he wants to do, and he wants to do it immediately. The like here, they're showing you people looking at Chinese brands in Beijing in a supermarket of TVs, all TVs. So I don't know. I think it's going to raise all the prices of the things that we get and use, from clothing to television parts to refrigerators. All the prices on all these items are going up that come into our country from China. Now another thing, China takes half of the oil that we've been producing, and all of a sudden we're producing a lot of oil. And I think China, for spite, is going to try to cut that off and go to Iran and buy oil because there are sanctions on Iran, and a lot of people are staying away from them, but they have a lot of oil. And I think what you'll see next is China is going to stop buying oil from us, and they're going to Iran, because Iran has a lot of oil, but we put some sanctions on them, and people aren't buying from them. But the another thing, the China, well, they're not showing any signs of backing down. Everything that Trump says we're going to do, they say they're going to do exactly the same. And some of these things are sort of crazy, like these crucial rare earth minerals that go into a lot of things. It's minerals in the ground that are mined and taken out, and they're used to make many goods. China has 90% of those minerals. We don't have nothing. And another country has 10%. And these rare earth minerals are used in smartphones, televisions, hair dryers, electrical, hybrid cars, things like that, after they're put together in the factory. Now we don't have those. We can't mine them. China has 90% of them, and I don't know what's going to happen with these rare minerals because I assume whatever they can stop selling us, they're going to. And then where are we going to get them after that? There's one other country that has 10% of them called Kuantan, Quantan, Malaysia. They have 10%. China has 90. Nobody else in the world has any of those. Nobody. So I would say if China can, the things that we make with those rare minerals, you're going to see them cutting that down, and they're going to try to cut it down to zero. Now, where we're going to get them, I don't know, because this Quantum only has 10% of the ones mined in the world. And another one that's going to get hurt bad is Detroit, because all the cars and parts made in Detroit going in and out, everything coming into Detroit's going to have a tariff on it to use in making cars, and all the cars that go out of Detroit, there's going to be a penalty tariff put on it by China as they go out. So you're going to have everything coming in, there's going to be an increased cost. Everything going out, there's going to be an increased cost. And all the places around Detroit and the manufacturers and things like that, they're all worried about these tariffs. And there was a big article on that. It says as Trump punishes China, Detroit braces for the pain.
Wow.
So they don't know what to do, and there's all kind of things going on around Detroit. Basically, that's most of the news. The only other thing they talked about was how you get pardons. We talked about pardons before, and it seemed like you get pardons if you know big, powerful people. You can somehow get a pardon. It's funny, but pardons used to be way easier to get, and like Dwight D. Eisenhower, he gave 1,000 pardons.
1,000.
1,000 pardons, Dwight D. Eisenhower. And but starting about 40 years ago,
Means Trump's going to give
it
10,000.
became very, very tough and harder to get pardons for
Wow.
some reason. Very tough to get pardons.
My goodness. Wow.
And all of a sudden, the government started becoming hostile to pardon power. Because right now, I know Trump is talking about people getting pardons, and these pardons are taking a long time. So,
Yeah.
like this guy Cohen, if he's going to give him a pardon, he better give it to him now, because the longer this goes, it's harder and harder, and more people have looking to pardons now, and that's why the number of pardons has dwindled down significantly. It's like Dwight Eisenhower gave 1,000 pardons. You're not going to get no 1,000 pardons now. And the people getting them are generally coming in with movie stars and things. They're introducing them to the president. So that would be the best way to try to get it, is you have to get somebody up pretty high in the government or the church to bring you in for a pardon. But I don't think they're going to be giving them out like people think, because it's getting tougher and tougher to get pardons. And if Trump's going to give pardons to some of these people like Cohen, my opinion is